Atlanta, Georgia. The HBCU football capital hosts the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge on August 24th. Florida A&M Rattlers, Norfolk State Spartans. SWAC versus MEAC. The rivalry is real. Come out to Center Park Stadium to see the returning HBCU national champions and two of the best HBCU bands in the land, the Marching 100 and the Spartan Legion. The day starts with a kickoff fan experience tailgate and concludes with a primetime matchup on ABC. For more information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. I forgot something.
We're going to Florida, and we're going to bring you back a victory to Jackson. Yeah. God the yard!
What you say now, Chuck? Man, you a plumb fool, man.
Plumb fool. Well, there's some plumb fools out there talking bad on my name. That's all I'm going to say. There's some plumb fools talking bad on us. Welcome to the O&G StrikeZone. Brian Fulford, Kelvin Rozier, soon to be joined by Marcus Green. And I think we'll also have Ashley Coleman joining us as well. Special guest coming up in hour number 2 will be GT3, Gerald Thomas III, top of hour 2. We're going to talk all things FAMU football. Camp is into week number 3. Absolutely love the coverage that Gerald is providing. I'm so jealous. I wish we were boots on the ground, but if you can't be there, God dog, it is great to have Gerald there, getting just some great stories, great content, great perspective. It's great. So welcome to the show. Kelvin, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm excited, man. I'm doing well. We got a lot of meat on the bone today. The things that we're going to cover, but also, we've got the booster event fan day coming up this weekend. I'm looking forward to you coming up, Dr. Lori, and fellowshipping with the Rattlers, and meeting the volleyball, the women's track, all that good stuff, man. I'm really excited, man. We all, it's almost time, baby. It's championship time.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm just sitting. I got to make sure to fire off to let people know who might be watching Twitter. So let me say hello to everybody watching on that might be watching us wherever you're watching us. If you're watching us on YouTube, to our friends in the YouTube Spaces Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page at MyJBN Online. You could also be O&G StrikeZone YouTube page. Hello to everybody watching on the Black College Sports Network Twitter feed. We say
check
hello.
Check your cord, man, because
it's
you're all over the place.
Acting up already, huh?
All right, there you go.
Okay. Say hello to everybody watching on X and on Instagram Live. Say hello to everybody on Facebook, on the Black College Sports Network, and of course also on our O&G StrikeZone Facebook page. 17 days away from game number uno of the 2024 season at the MEAC SWAC Challenge. You saw the promo before the show. Of course, we're in Atlanta, Georgia. That's a 7:30 p.m. kickoff in Atlanta at Center Park Stadium. Just want to remind everybody again, if you haven't bought your tickets, Mike Reed, the Road Dog, sent me a note and said we're getting down to the final seats of the inventory. So if you are interested in club level seats, you can purchase them through Mike's site called justlookingout.com. That's LOOKINOUT.com. Use the code StrikeZone at your purchase, and a little portion will come back to us. We appreciate Mike for setting that up for us. And of course, if you wanted to know where the seats are, there they are. That's where the seats are. Of course, they're on that is the quote unquote Norfolk State side. But you know, and I know, Kelvin, 75% of that stadium is going to be filled with what? Orange and green.
Rattlers. Hey, like I said, man, it's going to be the Spartan Band and 5 more people.
Now you're the one having mic issues. I didn't hear what you said.
5 more people.
Nope, I don't have you yet.
The Spartan Band, 5 more people. You don't hear me?
Popping in and out. We'll see if we can get the both of you. You know, this is one of the episodes people want to hear from us so badly. So we want to make sure the mics are working. So can't nobody say we didn't comment or respond to anything. I missed the 220 Club, EA. You may have to fill us in. You back, Kelvin? Do a mic check for me. 1, 2, if you would.
The mic sound nice. Check 1.
There you go. You sounding good. Brother. Sounding good. Okay. Yeah. 17 days away from the start. Hopefully you've been checking out our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter posts. We've been trying to do a countdown of the days, various players, various moments. I need some help. For 16 and 15 is not hard. 15 is not hard. I got an idea for 15. I got to find the photos for it. But 16 and 15, 14 is easy. That's Ryan Stanley. Ideas from you guys in the chat. What'd you like? What can we do for 16? 16 days is tomorrow.
I gave it to you.
You did?
Champions. 16 championships. National
championships.
National
champions? That's what I thought it was 7. It's only 16?
16.
Okay. There it is. All right. 16 days away. We'll do that for tomorrow. Okay. And then I definitely will need some for 15. But yeah, so let me do what we normally do, which is we start with some shout outs. We say hello to the family that's checked in. Those of you watching the show, make a donation. You know, since you know, you might be coming in, you might be checking in, trying to look through the blinds and see what's happening, what's going on over there. Go on and make a donation. You know, use the Square app right there in the left corner. Cash app as well. But make a donation. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can always drop a super chat. We appreciate it. You know, a little cup of coffee. You can also join the Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page right there, youtube.com/myjbn online join. So want to encourage you. You'd be supporting the Black College Sports Network. We've been covering HBCU athletics for 25 years. And it's a passion, labor of love.
Let me just jump in real quick, Brian.
Please.
We were notified, and it's thanks to our loyal fan base that comes and watches all the time on the different platforms. But the O&G StrikeZone is the most watched show on the family of network, and and I'm saying that not because of us, but because of you, and the fact that you all are loyal and value what we the content that we bring. So we want to thank you and ask you to continue to support us.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So as I said, let's go ahead and let's get ready to go through the roll call, say hello to our family that's joining us from wherever. And don't forget, put some shout outs. Let us know where you're watching us from. My guy Drew, watching and eating. That's perfect. So, waiting. I thought it said eating. Watching and waiting. What you waiting on, Drew? What you waiting for? What you waiting on? Anyway, just messing. Glad to have everybody jumping in. First off, Jimmy Mack for
What's
jumping
up, J-Mac?
in. Yeah. Will the O&G StrikeZone attend the SWAC Women's Basketball Media Day in Atlanta? And actually, just to clarify, it is the men and women's Media Day, September 19th and 20th in Atlanta, Georgia. So what they'll do is I think they'll do women on one day and men on the other. I think that's the plan. Will we attend? You know, we got. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Unlike other people who get on YouTube, we got a day job. You know, I just so we may try, but it's not guaranteed. I saw Liv might be going. I may have to reach out to Liv for hoops. Maybe if we pull some money together, maybe we can send Liv on behalf of the O&G StrikeZone and the Black College Sports Network. I might have to pull some money together and see, can I get Liv? I probably have to get her a plane ticket out of Minneapolis, but it sounds like she wants to go, so I have to reach out. What up, Ken?
What's up, Ken?
Good to see you. Of course, Kelvin comes in and says hello to everybody.
What's up, Kelvin?
Yep. Melissa Wilson checking in.
Hi.
Good to have you, Melissa. Tamara T,
thank you for using StrikeZone code.
Yeah, and we will see Tamara T sitting with us at the luncheon on Saturday. So we look forward to seeing her again in person. Good to see you. Also coming to sit with us is Meredith. Meredith's going to sit with us as well. So Meredith, we say hello and thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Oh, and look, here's another one. Marcus is going to be sitting with us. The JBN subscribers coming through. See, it pays to be a JBN subscriber because that's who's going to be sitting with us. Just a few of the people that'll be sitting at our table for the booster luncheon. I will be hitting you guys up probably tomorrow with instructions on how we're going to meet and coordinate all that. Mary 305, how you doing, Mary? Good to see you.
Hey, Auntie.
Frank, good to see you, Frank.
What's up, Frank?
Ezekiel Love, good to see you, family. Thanks for checking in. Let's see. Who? Little Baby checking in. Good to see you, Little Baby.
What's up, big little baby?
Chuck Hunt from Monroe, Louisiana.
Okay.
From where?
In Monroe. Okay.
Oh, Monroe. Yes.
Tennessee.
Corinthian Morgan.
Duval.
Checking in. Good to have you. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Tremaine Ellis, 2.5 weeks. Looking forward to seeing you up in the ATL for week 0, or as what we like to know, or week 1. Yeah, EA, you're gonna have to fill us in. I didn't catch all of the 220 Club. We got to get Coach AC in here, man. How have we not Coach AC? Come on into the Strike Zone, baby. We know you're out there. Come on, we know you're watching the show. Come on, Coach. Come on.
We got to invite him. We had to invite him, so we gonna.
We haven't invited him. I thought you took care of it. Oh my.
No, we had to invite him.
Oh damn! Come on,
we'll get him.
All right. My bad, Coach. But I did enjoy his spirit and energy, the 220 Club. I didn't make the rest of it. So EA, drop us let us know what did we miss? What did we miss? Sweet. Good to see you, Sweet. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Sweet.
it. Appreciate you. My boy, Clay Brown checking in. Good to see you. My college classmate checking in, of course. Good to see you checking in. Gail checking in from Cleveland. Oh, wait a minute. Jay, what? Gail's now in Missouri. Gail, you getting around, Gail?
What's up, Gail?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Christopher Dukes. What?
Put up your Dukes.
Put up your Dukes. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Still on issue with the football team. Okay, just trying to read messages as I move through. Kenya Sites, I appreciate you, Kenya. We thank you for watching. Definitely.
Hello.
Did I miss it? Where is it at? Where is hello?
Right above Kenya.
Yep. Sorry about that. Hello. There you go. Good to see you. Thank you, brother. Let's see.
Doc
checking in. Doc, the Dean checking in. Good to see you. Or I should say the provost now. The provost checking in. Elevated.
Lord have mercy.
Dr. Lori checking in.
What's up, Dr. Lori?
Doc will be sitting with us at the table, of course, for the FAMU kickoff luncheon, for the 2024 kickoff luncheon. Looking forward to it. Charlotte Rattler in the house. Jay Nice.
What's up, Jay Nice?
All right. Let's see. Any other reminders? Yeah, again, kickoff luncheon is this Saturday. It's 2 p.m. In the Al Lawson Center. We will be there. I don't know if you can still purchase individual tickets. I don't know if I know VIP tables are sold out. General tables may still be available, but there's the phone number there. You can reach out. And hey, we still want to drive membership into the Booster Club. So there's no better time than now to join the Booster Club. If you take a look at the link down at the bottom or the scroll, you'll see the link there where you can join. But there's plenty of numbers there you can call and you can join. After the luncheon will be Fan Fest. So we will be there from pretty much, about noon, 1 o'clock, all the way until about 6 o'clock. And we are working on trying to see if we can do, Kelvin, I'm going to need you to make some calls and make sure we can actually broadcast from that upper mezzanine area, kind of use those connects to make sure we can do that. But yeah, we plan on being there. We'll try to do it live. If we don't do it live, we'll probably end up having it live recorded and then just air it the next day. So no guarantees, but that's the plan. Hey to you, Will Davis. Good for checking in. Good to check.
What's up, Will?
Thank you for checking in as well. So that's Fan Fest going on. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it here in the first segment because, yes, I guess, with everything going on in the city, in the Big Bend and the Tallahassee area on Monday with Hurricane Debbie. Yeah. And let me start there by saying, Kelvin, hope you and your family came through the hurricane well. I hope any and everybody who was caught up in, I guess it did become a hurricane by the time it hit land. But anybody who was caught in the Big Bend, South Georgia, South Alabama, and wherever it went off to the east, I hope everybody is safe and well and that it did not do much damage. But as that was going on, obviously the report, the complete investigation of the major gift from Gregory Jerami, Batterson Farms Corporation, the Isaac Batterson Family 7 Trust, to the Florida A&M University Foundation. The final report was released, prepared by Buchanan, Ingersoll, and Rooney PC. That was released. How many total pages was that good old thing? 100.
Yeah. 170 what, 6?
176. 176. Okay. Yes or no to everybody in the chats, wherever you are. Give a thumbs up if you actually went through all 176 pages. Come on, I'm waiting. Just or just say heck no, thumbs down if you did not. That's okay. I'm curious. I'll wait. 176 pages. Kelvin, did you go through all 176?
I went through most of them, but hell no, I didn't go through all 176.
Yeah. I am I'm in teacher mode right now, starting back, starting officially Monday. But 176 was a little bit too much. But some people did cover it, all the other pages. I got through the executive summary. I think that was enough. I see a couple thumbs up there from some people. Kenya said she went through it. Marcus went through it. Elaine Smith, shout out to you. She said, no. Dr. Lori, nope. Hollow, nope. Corinthians, just now reading it. Drew, said the executive summary was, Larry Smith, nope. Ezekiel, nope. All right, so a lot of people know, but there are a few people who did. Okay. Well, Kelvin, so I'll start with you. I'll give you an opportunity to kind of go in first. And let's kind of react to the report, what we saw, what we learned. I got you. Oh, you're pulling it up now. It looks like you're pulling it up. Or maybe you're pulling your notes up.
No, I was clearing some stuff out. All right, so as you know, when the the announcement was first made about the gift, I was one of the people who kind of commented. Our first show following that I had questions, and I went into the spiel about why I had questions, why I even went to the website in the first place, because this gift came out of nowhere. It was kept secret, and it was such a substantial gift. $250 million almost. So I was like, what kind of brother got this kind of money and that, so I was just, I want to support this guy. And so that's what kind of started for me. And then as I went in, and the things that I saw were concerning for me, and I expressed those concerns. And so, and as we went along, as this thing went along, we kind of realized that our worst fears came true. The gift was fraudulent. It wasn't real. And so I was of the opinion. I understand from a formal university operational standpoint, we needed to have that audit and that report because there's decisions that are tied to that. But for me, as just a fan, as someone who as a Rattler alumni, and I didn't need that report. I it didn't tell me a whole lot that I didn't already know. And what I would say, one is that there are people who are named in that report. You got to remember, I worked on campus 19 years and pretty much have dealt with everybody in every segment of campus. And so there are people that I know from a professional standpoint, and even some I know from a personal standpoint that are mentioned in that report. And that being said, I always stood by, what's best for FAMU and doing right by FAMU. And it's just hard for me to comprehend why people, with all the warning signs there, with all the opportunity they had to make a different decision or to reverse the decision before it was even public, how everybody just kind of failed to speak up and and back away from this thing. That part is just I'm all these people with all these titles, and I know people from the outside always want to think got good people, they know their job, let them do their job, etc. And one of the things I've always tried to on this show, and Kofi, it was the same way, and we all in our own ways, what we always try to tell people is just because people have titles and they work in departments and so forth on campus don't mean that they're experts. Nobody's an expert in everything. And so the report was disappointing. And then the few things I did find out, where people had bigger roles and made decisions without vetting those decisions and communications without getting approval, those kind of things. The thing about paying for the man travel, if I'm getting $1 billion, $250 million from somebody, I don't know why, I got to pay for his plane ticket and his hotel and a security company. It was just a lot of things, man, that like, what are we doing, man? And the bottom line is this: it's embarrassing. It was preventable. Just common sense. You didn't have to be an expert at anything. The common sense kind of told you that this wasn't a legit deal and not to deal with it. And a lot of people ignored the warning signs. And anybody who's pretty much named in that document, I think anybody reasonable say those people, they're gonna have to move on. Period.
Say that last part again. You kind of went in and out.
Anybody who's mentioned in that,
nope, I definitely don't hear you.
Well, I think that's you,
okay,
man.
Okay, it could be. I don't know.
Yeah. I think but the bottom line is that we've got to get some fresh people, some fresh blood in there. We got to strengthen our policies and procedures in terms of gifts of that magnitude. Make sure people are reporting to the right people, all those type things.
Yeah, a lot of those things did come out. Again, and looking at the executive summary, They come to the conclusion in the investigation. The investigation has determined the major gift to be fraudulent and the valuation performed by Mr. Jarami to be baseless. Now, and then they point out there were 4 driving factors that primarily contributed to FAMU's improper handling of the major gift. 1, the leadership involvement and influence, the secrecy and non-disclosure, the truncated timeline due to commencement, and the lack of due diligence and understanding of private stock. Among the 4, the one that really is troubling to me is the truncated timeline due to commencement. Because I feel like if the rush to have him speak is not there, right? What are we dealing with? You know, the embarrassment that came out of it might not be as bad. I mean, look, if they had pushed this back and said, "Oh, we'll let you speak at summer commencement," who knows? Maybe we're still saying the same thing and it's just later. Or you could say, if instead of pushing to have this done at the commencement, now you're given an opportunity for even more vetting. Maybe somebody that's mentioned in this is finally able to speak up. Okay. Now, I will say this. The individuals involved, Dr. Larry Robinson, Dr. Shante Friday Stroud, are people who have done a lot of positive things for Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. They have brought in a lot of money, handled, in Dr. Friday Stroud, she's handled multiple roles, definitely more than what she should have, more than probably most people would, right? And so when these decisions were made, right, and I'm speaking me, since people like to quote me, right, I assume the best in people. That doesn't mean that I'm foolish. It means I assume the best based on the credentials of the people involved. See, when you're and I'm a FAMUan, I'm a Humphreys Rattler. I left my hometown in the Midwest to travel south and move my life to Tallahassee in Florida. I've experienced FAMU for not 4 years, not 5. Yeah, I was there for 6. I spent my time at FAMU. I did my set hours. I did my time in Coleman Library. I did my time in the SBI classrooms and hallways, in Tucker Hall, at Bragg Stadium, in Gaither Gymnasium. I put my time in. And so when I assume the best in people here in this space with this platform, because we talked about when we first did this show, Kelvin, what we want to do? We wanted to be able to bring a spotlight on FAMU, but we also wanted to shine a light in dark places where there were. And we've done that over the course of time. There's a lot of improvement for FAMU. And because we love FAMU, that doesn't make us blind. You know, sometimes I think you could love something so much that maybe you skip doing the little things. You skip the processes that got you to where you were. You know, the things that made you great, the things that made you a great leader. because of maybe you're dealing with something that is so new and so different, you actually do things that are out of the norm. I still don't look. I don't know why. We talked about this offline, Kelvin. As an SBI graduate, I don't know why. I don't even want to try to guess. I can't. I don't know why Dr. Friday Stroud made the decisions. I don't know why Dr. Larry Robinson made the decisions, because any and everybody who's talked to those people will tell you the kind of people and the character of those individuals. We're human. We make mistakes. Okay. They were, I don't know if it's Dr. Robinson, Dr. Friday Stroud, multiple people, things were rushed. Things were overlooked. Even if you want to go to Keith Miles as a communication, here's somebody who's been, look, I grew up listening to FAMU football thanks to Keith Miles. I want to one day say touchdown FAMU, like because of Keith Miles, for games that we used to listen to where, Kelvin, in the dorms, right? When Keith Miles was on the radio, when the Rattlers would travel to Southern University or somewhere like that, there was no TV. You guys living in this world today where you get 90% of your games on television. Man, we wish. We started the Black College Sports Network because we couldn't watch games on the internet or TV. So the steps done by Keith Miles, even they're head scratching, but I don't doubt that they're done out of love of FAMU, love of wanting to see FAMU be great. So question what you want. I will say this. If you are a FAMUan, if you love FAMU, see, not everybody is for FAMU. A lot of people making a lot of money off of FAMU, with FAMU, because of FAMU. You're getting your platforms pumping. FAMU's giving you a lot of content. But you're not for FAMU. Kelvin Rozier and I have two different perspectives. I respect everything Kelvin says because he's there. He's talked to those people. So when I say what I said, it's because I'm looking at it on a further distance, but I have an assume the best or assume the positive from the people in leadership because of their credentials. And this doesn't besmirch the reputation of those individuals. FAMU has been through worse than this. I hate to say it, and we don't want to have to deal with worse, but FAMU has been through worse. And maybe that's why I kind of felt the way I felt with my opinions. So I will say this. And I do think there are still some things left to be determined. Obviously, I've read the report. I've even had, Kelvin, people that I've talked to that have questioned the intent or purpose of the investigation, the people. I mean, there's some harsh things in there and the way things are worded, but, that's neither here nor there. But I will say this, I'm unapologetically for FAMU. I'm unapologetically about FAMU. And so I will say to anybody, Brother Scotty, great show yesterday. Great show. We're glad that FAMU continues to give you content. We're glad that the O&G StrikeZone gives you content, even though, it'd been nice to get a call or an email and say, hey, can I use some of your content? Can I make some money off my YouTube channel with all those thousands of clicks that you get? Maybe we'll slide some money off to y'all for all these clicks for using the O&G StrikeZone. I let the people above me handle all that. Okay. But great. You want to use, we put this out on wax. I don't hide from anything. Not hiding from anything. But I will say this. What I said, my opinions, my comments, my thoughts, they don't change. But if you want apologies, I'll tell you what. Let's trade apologies. Before I apologize to anybody, because you wanted to make a point of me apologizing, how about you apologize to the many and many and many HBCU media people that you have called out their name, tried to besmirch their reputation, because they've been in this game longer than you, brother. They've been in this game covering HBCU sports and athletics. When you wanted to find out about HBCU sports and athletics, you went to their sites. You went to their pages to get their content. I see these brothers and sisters doing the work. They do great work. And look, I like what you do. I like what Scotty does. Look, I grew up watching and listening to Howard Stern. I get the whole shock jock thing. I'm going to go down a lane that, hey, okay, great. That's what you want to do. You want to be shocking. You want to upset the apple cart. It works. It worked for Howard Stern. Hey, it's great. I get it. I like it. I mean, I get a good chuckle. I had a good chuckle, Kelvin, as I was watching this show yesterday. I got a good chuckle out of it. I've been called a lot of things. Look, when you grow up, like I said, I grew up a fat kid in school. I'm still a little bit, even though I done lost a few pounds. I'm still not a small guy, but I grew up. Look, I'm used to people calling me. I grew up with a thick skin. Sticks and stones may break my bones. That's what my daddy told me. He was like, son, look, I'm a tall guy. I'm a big guy. You're going to be that too. So you better learn how to take those punches and keep moving. Okay, great. Bring it. That's fine. But never misunderstand my love of FAMU. So when you get on the air and make your apologies to my brothers and sisters within the HBCU media space over the last 3 to 4, 5 years, how long has he been on this space? Let me see. When did Dion first come on the scene? Has it been 3 years? Okay, over the past 3 years, and all the people that you have called out of their name, conference commissioners, chair people, chair women, when you put respect on their name and their credentials and what they've done in this HBCU space, I'll make I'll make an apology to whomever I need to make an apology to. If somebody feels some kind of way. But come on, man. Let's not anyway.
Let me just jump in real quick, Brian. So we do what we do, and this is a FAMU-based show, and we talk about FAMU. And we all, along with Marcus, and even when Kofi was a part of this thing, we all have our takes, and we bring our own biases and so forth. But we do it out of love, and we never trying to be first. There's things we could break every day if we wanted to, right? There's information we talk about all the time. There's nobody got more inside information than us. But we want to be responsible, and we want to we just move a certain way, all right? And so that's what we choose to do, and I enjoy our platform and how we do that, right? I think we do right by FAMU. So, but as you said, other people got their own way of how they do things, and I ain't got no issue with that neither. For me, it ain't beef, but you sometimes, as the vice president say, when people say things, you got to say it to their face, right? And so we ain't in the same room, so you had to say what you had to say, and it is what it is. No beef, we just got how we do things, and other people got how they do things, and that's what it is, and that's all the time we need to spend on it.
Exactly. And I'll say this. Look, I thought about this long and hard. Like, why respond? right? I get it. Because I do want everybody to get along. See, I'm one of those people, unlike some of my brothers in the HBCU sports media, right? I'm the one that wants to see everybody get along. I recognize the power of his platform. I in a sick, sadistic way, I actually appreciate what he's done. But at the same time, I think, I'm not going to tell nobody how to do their job. Okay. So when I see Scotty, I'm cordial. The first time I met him, I told him, man, I like the stuff you're doing. I think it was at a Bethune-Cookman game. It was a wet, rainy game. That's when I first met him. And I told him, man, I like what you do. I don't know if he knew who I was. I didn't matter. I caught his content. I liked it. I don't like the way he disparages some of the people that I like, but that's me. But it don't mean I'm not going to talk to him when I see him. If he comes to a Tallahassee game, great. I've called him for help for things. He's been open and receptive to it. So this is not, I'm done with it. And this will be the last time that I respond to it. So I appreciate, because trust me, I wasn't watching until my phone started blowing up. So thank you to those who sent me texts and calls like, yo, your boy is roasting you, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Good to know people are watching us.
Hey, I got to do this. I got to say the same thing. I'm just be honest, man. And to say, keep it 100. I wasn't watching, but
I wasn't watching it. I want to say this. It's not because I don't watch, but my mind is in a different place because I'm trying to get ready for school stuff. So it's not like I wasn't watching to not watch. I just wasn't watching. Okay, let me say that. Go ahead, Kelvin. I'm sorry.
And same thing. I had other things going on, man. We just had a hurricane come through, right? So I mean, there's all kind of things I was dealing with. But man, folks kept texting me and calling and so forth. So I did catch like the last 25 minutes of it and so forth, just to see what everybody was talking about. And like I say, man, we gonna keep rolling. We gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep loving FAMU. And you see my hat. We gonna still brag different. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be messy sometimes.
I'm gonna zoom in.
It is what it is.
See it. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit there so people can really see it.
It's messy sometimes. We take it on the chin. We got to take this L.
Oh,
but we get back up and we still champions. And this too shall pass.
Thank you. That's the big picture. This is what I want. So as you discerning rattlers out there, pay attention to who's talking about FAMU. Pay attention to who and what are they really for FAMU, or are they benefiting off of FAMU? Just like the brothers and sisters selling T-shirts on Perry Street that aren't officially licensed. Hey, great, it says FAMU, but the university don't see a lick of that. All right. So we all have work to do. We can all be better. Our leaders can be better. We have to be better. And look, Dr. Timothy Beard, you're on the clock. You're on the clock. Help us get better. Help put the right people in place. Start working on the processes that are going to help us get better.
So like Rick, I see Rick and some other JMac. The only thing I've said, Dr. Lori, all of us who love FAMU, we have to demand better. Kofi was trying to sound the alarm. When we say do more with more.
He was.
All right.
Yes, he was.
We have been talking about concerns prior to this whole fiasco. There's other fiascos that have happened on his watch.
Yes.
We've talked about, everything from an athletic standpoint, the multiple ADs and the lack of funding and the lack of facility stuff, and the transition changeover, we had the whole thing with the team, we've had a lot of low moments. All right. We as FAMUians, we have to expect more and we have to demand more. We have to get rid of that mentality that we have to be in the back burner and we wait for people to either make a good decision or make a bad decision, and then we reactionary. We have to be a part of shared governance. We have to give input and life into these folks and help them to get to where FAMU needs to be. It's not all on them, it's on us. And if I don't emphasize anything else, they have the titles, they're going to be held responsible. But we have to help put people to be successful. Rattlers have to help rattlers.
We do. Man. Okay, so let's take our first break. Now that that's out of our way, you guys be good to each other in the chat room. Don't be crazy. All right. I know Doc is in there policing people, but let's keep it respectful. Let's have fun. Have fun. Be respectful. You can do both things. Both things are possible. It's getting that time of the season. You can tell folks are getting riled up because like the smell of football and the grass is in the air. The trash talking is starting to happen. And but we can still be a little respectful to one another. Just keep it that way. All right, let's take our first break. Thank you for watching the O&G StrikeZone. Hit the thumbs up and the like button wherever and however you're watching us. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be back in just a moment.
Atlanta, Georgia. The HBCU football capital hosts the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge on August 24th. Florida A&M Rattlers, Norfolk State Spartans, SWAC versus MEAC. The rivalry is real. Come out to Center Park Stadium to see the returning HBCU national champions and two of the best HBCU bands in the land, the Marching 100 and the Spartan Legion. The day starts with a kickoff fan experience tailgate and concludes with a primetime matchup on ABC. For more information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messages quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show. All right, welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Brian Fulford, Kelvin Rozier. Look who's joining us. It's Ashley C. from Fang Exchange, FAMU's first NIL collective. Ashley, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Doing good. How y'all doing today?
Doing great, Ashley. Glad to have
Wonderful.
you.
I'm glad to be here.
We doing
Family, how
great.
you doing?
Hey, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed. I don't know how there's gonna be multiple episodes. I enjoyed episode 1 of the Things Up podcast. You, Ellis Dean. Ellis was on the yard the same time I was there. I think he was a year ahead of me. And the other young lady, I've forgotten her name. She Tashay. Okay, yes. You got, that was a perfect breakdown, analysis, explanation for anybody who didn't know what NIL was, didn't know what the Fang Exchange was, how it was going to work, what it was going to do. Chef's kiss to you guys, man. Great job.
We love to hear it. That was the ultimate goal. I had a few people calling and texting me saying, it makes sense. I finally understand what you all are attempting to do, and that was the ultimate goal. There will be more shows, some educational, some fun, some exciting, some information, some interview style. Get to know our athletes and get to know what we're doing. So, hey, Tamara T, I see you.
And I love the way you guys kind of brought it home at the end, with the little contest to kind of see if folks have been listening and stuff. I mean, you guys are like podcast pros, man. Or
that's too much. We're not as good as you all. No, not that great.
You got.
We appreciate it. We had a good time, and there will be more to come.
Yeah, definitely. So. Well, let us know kind of, man, there's so many things that are happening in the marketplace regarding NIL,
right?
NCAA lawsuits. How are things moving for you guys in this it almost feels like a weekly ever-changing landscape.
You're absolutely right. And it's actually been kind of quiet for the last week or so, which is kind of interesting, right? But prior to that, it has been a weekly thing. And the way it's been moving for us is we're keeping up with the motions of the NCAA, the legislation, and all those. I see somebody's comment.
Yeah, I didn't guarantee. Look, there's no giveaways, but who knows? You guys keep putting stuff in the chat. Maybe there might be a giveaway. Who knows?
We might be able to pull something off. Let me get my hair out of my face because it's black girls. We got a lot of hair going everywhere. But we are moving right along. Like we said, last week's show was meant to kind of bring in and pull in some educational pieces, make sure that the fan base understands, the alumni base understands, and to make sure that we all on the same page. NIL is so new. It is so ever changing that it's hard to keep abreast of it. All of us have lives, jobs, families. And if you're just not in the space, you're just not in the space. And it's 4 years old, and the rules change as much as you blink your eyes, a new rule is out. So it's very hard to keep up with. So that's kind of that's our job, though. Our job and the mission we've taken is to make sure that you all understand, you all are abreast, and you all can find a space in this NIL world that you can kind of take ownership as a fan or as an alum to help our athletes, because we have some high level athletes. We have athletes who have worked very hard for our program, and not just football. I'm speaking on all sports, and that they deserve an opportunity to benefit from their name, image, and likeness. So that's what it was. I saw a need, at the time when NIL was kind of breaking its way, and I saw the need. A lot of alums did see the need and mention the need, and I said, well, let's organize it. It was just that simple.
Mm-hmm. What Kelvin, any as I'm thinking, I could probably ask you a ton of questions related to NIL. Go ahead, jump in there, please.
Well, I just want Ashley, for those who weren't able to watch the episode that they did last week, just kind of give a brief synopsis of what this particular NIL is, mm-hmm. the steps you took to put it all together and launch it, and then lastly, how can people participate in both? If there's a student athlete that they want to support, or as they have a company or business, or as I did, you just want to be a contributor.
Right. So NIL, Fang Exchange itself kind of came together from the need. I'm a sports girl, right? I played basketball growing up. I'm a sports junkie, been that way my whole life, still that way. It's not going to change. So I've always just been in the mix of sports. I've always been, and then I went to SBI as well. So my business space, the experience in business, and I went into the real world, got some financing experience, got some supply chain experience, got a master's in marketing. So I kind of have dabbled into every space of business. And then quite naturally, I'm a sports girl. So it was an opportunity to make all those worlds collide. And that's what we decided to do. So what I had to do was kind of pull in people, engage interest of those on the behind the scenes, because there are individuals. I'm usually the one that you see, but there are plenty of us who are taking on different roles, and it might be some of you in the chat. So don't think I won't call on you to come on over and help us if I see a skill set that you might be able to provide to the Fang Exchange. But we're all alums. We all love FAMU, and we're doing it for free. That's something we want to make sure that we made it clear on the show, that this is not to meant any gain, personal gain. We have a true love for FAMU, much like you all have spoken on already. We want, for the love of the university, for the love of our athletes, for the family, we do this, and we do it, and we don't complain about it. So with that being said, you have an opportunity to get in the game. Like all of us not going to be coaches. All of us are not going to be, the top dollar giver in some other spaces. But what you can do is, engage your business if you have a business to provide NIL opportunities for the athletes. What you can do is tweet, share, like, and retweet, subscribe to the YouTube, and like the pages. What you also can do is tell your friends to tell their friends and tell your other families. The family is huge. As small as we are in love, we are more than 70,000 in alum base. And then we have to add in fans who may not have ever attended FAMU, but have a love for our university. So one of me or those in the background can't get the word out by ourselves. We need people like you all who know about Fang Exchange, who understand it, and who will just talk about it, and who will keep the positivity going. There's the website, as you see right there. You have an opportunity to become a member. We have some memberships rolling in. We need more memberships. We'll never have enough memberships unless it gets to 150 million. Then we might stop when we get to 150 million memberships. But as a part of those memberships, you have an opportunity to get merchandise. Here's a hat that so many have raved about, and this is not the only hat. We have a collab. And I'm not going to speak on it yet, but there's an alum in our space that there's a collab coming for some more merchandise. You have an opportunity to get experiences. We are working on events that you will have access to as long as you pick the right membership tier, and you have an opportunity to get some inside scoop on some things that maybe the rest of the fan base or the alumni base won't, just because they chose not to be a member. So we're trying to provide exclusivity. You know how we are. We like to be special. We like to be different. We like to brag different. We like to feel like we know something somebody else doesn't know. So let's just take that to the next level and support our athletes in the process.
Boy, I love the idea of the monthly membership.
Absolutely.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where, sorry to cut you off, but in that monthly membership, it gives you, again, an opportunity to find your space. Again, in most organizations where donations and where giving is needed, is usually 20% of the population, and sometimes less than that. So there's a space for 80-90% of our population to get in and receive some merchant exchange. And when you see that top running back, that top defensive lineman out there on the field, you can take some ownership in saying that I helped recruit and or retain that individual. And so take the ownership. This is not just the Ashley thing. This isn't a those of us who are a part of the organization thing. This is a us thing. So yeah, make sure you follow, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you get the word out. So
that's Tashay, right? That's Tashay right there.
That's her right there in the chat.
Shout out to Tashay. We have to get next time we got to get Tashay on the show.
She's done a great job of helping to get organized. Oddly enough, when you put me in, I was texting some of the athletes. When you put me in the show, I got distracted. So I had to pay attention. But the work doesn't stop. It's 9 p.m. and we're talking. It'll be 9 a.m. and we'll be talking about this again. So again, we love it. We're excited about it. We're building partnerships, and we have some partnerships that'll come down the pipeline that have already been inked that we just have not spoken of yet, that you will see. And it's a pretty big deal. One of them is a pretty big deal for sure. So it's coming. And just because we're doing the work on here, you can do your work by getting that membership or doing a one-time donation.
And the good thing, appreciate Tashay in the chat answering questions. So I see like a couple people. I know Gail had asked a question. Jimmy Mack had asked a question. Thank you, Tashay, for being in the chat and answering those questions that people have. Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to see.
Yeah.
I got a request. I know you guys are big fans of Coach Pressure. Remember when she was on our show a couple weeks ago? That shirt that had pressure with the. Come on, man. Somebody has got
pressure across it. I love that.
I want to buy that. I've been meaning to reach out to Coach. I got to get that shirt, man. That shirt is hot.
Coach, I think she'll do it. I think she'll pull it off because Coach Pressure, I agree with you because I'm gonna buy one when she does it too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a straight money getter for the women's basketball program. I mean, that is a hot shirt. So man, I'm telling you, hopefully that can hopefully we can get that going. But yeah, I think the merchandise store, and I know that's hard because look, I've told Kelvin back offline, man, the hardest thing is trying to get a store up and going. And you know, look, I keep saying we got other jobs. I would love to do this
full time,
full time, man. If I could do what I love full time, and props to those who are able to. I salute y'all. I just ain't there yet, and so it's hard. It's hard trying to find time to get your store up and right, and just maybe when you think you're close, man, something comes up and it ain't right, or. But anyway, I salute y'all, and I know when it does come and happens, it'll be hot. I know.
Yep. And that's exactly true. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kelvin.
Yeah, talk about. I know you got a couple of upcoming events that Exchange will be participating in. Kind of talk about that.
One that's pretty immediate is this weekend we will be attending the FAMU Atlanta Beyond.
Right, yeah.
That think about it. Our goal is to educate and then charge individuals to get boots to the ground and come back in and engage and get involved and put your money where your mouth is, put your actions where your mouth is, put your business where your mouth is, and as we brag, we want to brag to the bank for our athletes. So we'll be at Be Out Day and we will be educating. We will have some hats on hand. We will have some other merchandise opportunities that'll be there for anyone who is there. Atlanta Be Out Day is a big deal. And it gets bigger and bigger, seems like every year. I'm not sure. Have y'all been to one before?
I mean, other than the original.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm younger, but I did grow up in Tallahassee. So I've been going to Be Out Day since I was, middle, elementary, high school. So I remember the original Be Out Day. So it's kind of an enhanced version or an expanded version in the different cities that they've already taken place in Atlanta.
I heard Jacksonville. Was hot. I heard Jacksonville was hot. So I don't know. Atlanta. That's what we need to do next year. Somebody needs to figure a way how to create this coalition of Be Out Day and maybe a challenge. I don't know, somehow whether it be raising funds or something that just you gotta take it to another level, because I know there's Be Out Days, like you said, in Atlanta. There's Be Out Days in LA. Tampa, they all over the place, man.
They all over the place, and it's a good time. I went to the one in Tampa; it was a good time. It's what you would expect from the family. The Atlanta Be Out Day is a good time. It's I believe it's been going on the longest as it pertains to the different cities. So obviously they have a little bit of headway on some of the way they present what they do, but they do an excellent job. And I just, when I heard about it months ago, it was a no-brainer to be over there. And
yeah,
I see Kenya
people trying to get you into other jobs. Yeah, let's not give too many people too many jobs, y'all. We don't already, we
gotta stay away from that,
We saw how that worked out. We gotta back up.
We're looking for exposure opportunities. So Be Out Day for sure. We'll be present at the first home game. We will be present at the game in Atlanta, the MEAC Swag Challenge in different capacities, but we will have a tent and a table. So yeah, we're here, we're visible, and that's the point of this. We want to be transparent. We want to be seen. We want you to know who we are. We want you to trust who we are, and that's a part of it.
Yeah, and you guys get those memberships going. Okay, while we got Ashley with us, Ashley's going to stick in with us because we're going to transition and pivot to our good friend GT3, Gerald Thomas the third, who writes and covers FAMU athletics. Currently is on the doing camp work with FAMU right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Gerald with FAMU right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in. All right, Gerald, you got to put me on mute. There you go. There you go. GT3. Yeah, exactly. I love that. He's watching the show on TV. Gerald, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on, y'all? I'm in camp mode right now.
I love that.
As y'all see, I got this hat on. I don't got no haircut. I'm in camp mode. I'm grinding in camp just like the team. You know what I'm saying? But I do got my earrings in. I got my earrings in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. Thank y'all for having me.
Y'all killing me with that. That's all right. I love it. Man, good stuff, man. Always enjoy the content and everything you've been putting out. This is the third week, or is it? Yeah, we're about middle. This is 3 full weeks, right?
Yeah, man. I think we in the third week. I was just saying at practice, I said I don't even know what day we on no more, man. It's just, we ready for the season to start. And yeah, I can't count the days anymore, but I think this is week 3 right here.
All right. So let's all Ashley, Kelvin, let's save the obvious question that everybody wants to know. Let's save that for last. We'll say that for last. Okay. Let's save the obvious.
Okay.
Which now I don't even know what to ask Gerald. Gerald, give us your thoughts. And I know they had the scrimmage over the weekend. Give us some thoughts, perspectives, some talking points that your takeaways from practice.
Yeah. Well, the obvious is that it's a very new team. It's like 50 new players. It's a lot of guys that I still see. I'm like, man, who is that? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of new guys on the team. But that's what happens when you have a new coach, and that's what happens when you live in the era of the transfer portal. You get a lot of guys coming in, and you get a lot of guys leaving out. But one thing Coach Cosley always repeats is that he has a very talented team, and that's something that has carried over from when Coach Simmons was here. Coach Simmons always said he had a talented team. So I think that's something that people don't have to worry about. How good is the team? You got a good team. I mean, we all saw the type of recruits they were bringing in and all that type of stuff. So those guys are performing. There's a few guys that they've named that's new to the team that they've liked. The D tackle from Kennesaw State, Cam Donald, DN from Kansas, Davion Westmoreland. Who else? It's so many of them, man. I don't want to forget nobody. There's so many of them. They got an offensive lineman from Troy, about 6'7", 300. It's a lot of guys. It's a lot of guys that they have that they really like, out of that new crop of Rattlers.
Kelvin, I'm gonna let Ashley get the first one in since she's I guess. Ashley, go ahead and get a question in or two to Gerald.
I just have to ask. Every time I'm around Coach AC, he is high energy, right? It doesn't matter if you see him in person, if you see him on the camera, his energy is just high. Even today on the quarterback club show, his energy was even high from there. Does his energy spill over onto the team? What's the team's energy like, especially with so many new people? We're coming off a championship, new coach. What's the team's energy like, especially in comparison to where does his energy kind of filter over?
Yeah, Coach AC gotta have the loudest voice on the whole roster. That's including players, coaches, man, maybe even fans. He got the loudest voice. You always gonna hear AC no matter where you at on the field. You can hear him. You can be on one goal line. You can hear him all the way down on the other one. So
yeah,
I think that energy transfers over because the way Coach Cosley was talking about him today in training camp was like that. He's like that guy that kind of wakes everybody up. You're practicing at 6 o'clock in the morning. You need that pick me up because everybody not ready to go at 6 a.m. Let's just be realistic. Everybody not ready to go at 6 a.m. So he's that guy that picked them up, and I think it carried over. Even like when they practiced, what was that, yesterday? They practiced yesterday, and they had the evening practice because of the storm and all of that. Cosley's like, the energy was well. And then I asked him again because they got out of practice around 7 p.m., turned back around practice today at 6 a.m. And I asked Coach, I said, did that energy carry over? He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. So I think those guys, they got a very energetic group. It's just all about just being cohesive, with all the moving parts on the team. So yeah. So I think those guys, they juiced up.
That's good to hear. We love to hear it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kelvin.
It wasn't lost on me, Ashley, see a redskin asking about a redskin.
Hey, you know what? It's funny because I sat there and said I needed. EA always asks the best questions in the chat, and I don't know if I want to get along with him today because me and EA don't get along. Because EA always talking trash about my records. So
baby Rattler also. It's all love. But GT, my question is, so we got new coaches in place now. And I'm just interested to hear from you. What are some of the things that stand out from Coach Henry, who's not new, but he's taking on more of a role. something different you may have seen with him and some of the new coaches, Coach Burris, and on the defensive side, Coach Walker. Just how do they compare to last year's staff, or what stands out with them?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you got a guy like Coach Henry, Coach Henry, he's been around. Of course, he worked with Coach Simmons at Prairie View, and he was on Coach Simmons' inaugural staff here at FAMU. A guy that has SEC experience, worked at Missouri, Arkansas, LSU, those type of places. So, getting that assistant head coach job and offense coordinator and offensive line, it was well deserved. I mean, he earned his chops. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see how he does is calling the plays now. I know that's an added responsibility. That's something that he didn't have to do in the past. But I think he'll do well. You can tell he had the respect of the offense, especially those offensive linemen, because he's worked so closely with them, over the last number of years. And then a guy like Coach Burris.
We're losing you a little bit, Gerald. I think we're losing your mic a little bit.
No, he's good.
I can hear you.
Okay,
I
so
think
it's me then.
right.
Okay, I'll be quiet. I don't know why then. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Coach Burris, man, that was a slam dunk hire. I'm not even gonna lie. Yes. You're getting a Canadian Football Hall of Famer, one of the greatest CFL quarterbacks ever played, maybe the greatest quarterback to ever play at Temple University, and you got him leading that quarterback room, and you have him come in quarterbacks coach and the co-offensive coordinator, and I talked to him yesterday. I said, man, you got a big responsibility for you to come in and got to help decide who's going to be the starting quarterback. So, but he knows what a good quarterback look like. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the decision may mainly go through him, on who ends up playing quarterback. And then, I mean, on the defensive side, you got guys, of course, Coach Patterson's been since 2021, coached up guys like Isaiah Land, who's down in the NFL. So he earned his chops, defensive coordinator. They say the Dark Cloud defense won the scrimmage over the weekend. So, I think it'll still be pretty much the same there. Coach Pope, from Alabama State. I mean, people tend to forget Alabama State was number 3 in the nation in defense. So he knows what a good defense is like. Coach Walker, a guy that played in the NFL, a guy that played for the Oklahoma Sooners, very knowledgeable about football if he's, playing for those, playing on those levels. So, I think they got a good mix of coaches. It's kind of good. I guess it's kind of good that some coaches may have departed, so kind of Coles can come in and bring some of his guys in instead of inheriting the entire staff that Simmons has. So I think it'll come together well.
Okay.
Gerald, let me ask. I'm gonna try to ask it in a different way because I know the quarterback question is fascinating. We haven't had a good battle in a couple years. So when you watch the scrimmage, and I've heard coaches say that the players usually dictate, you can tell from the players who should be QB1. Do you see when you watch the interaction of the players, do you get a sense of, is the Muratovic versus Richardson, is it like they're right side by side with each other? Is somebody a hair ahead, or is there even a third candidate that might enter into this race? What can you? And I'm gonna speak from the perspective. I'm not talking about the coaches, but the players. When you watch their teammates and the interaction of their teammates, what do you get from them?
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually had a discussion with TJ Lee a few days ago. He said he don't care who. He said he don't care who play quarterback. He said they'll protect the fifth string just like they'll protect the first string. So I think those guys just want to win. Long as you the exact quote TJ Lee said was, I don't care who playing quarterback, long as we putting the football in the box, which means long as we scoring touchdowns. So I think those guys just want to win regardless of who it is. It don't matter who come in and playing quarterback for them. If they putting the win, if they getting wins in the column, it don't really matter to them. So, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, I know some of those guys may have a preference. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the guys have been, they may say, oh, we want Julian to be here. Julian been here the whole time I've been here. Julian been here since I got here a year after Julian or anything. Or, you know what I'm saying? And maybe the new guys that may have transferred in with Richardson may say, well, I want Richardson to get it. We transferred in together. We was on our visit together, anything like that. So, but in the grand scheme of it, I think those guys really don't care who takes that first snap, as long as they're doing a good job at under center.
I've told people who've asked me, I told them I don't think Coach Colsey will make an announcement until the Sunday of Norfolk State week. So, like, I know somebody had asked me, do you think he'll name the starter going into Fan Day? And I was like, no, heck no. There's no way this weekend. That's not Coach Colsey. If you listen to anything Coach Colsey said, there's no way he's walking into that and going to give people that. So my guess, the following weekend, going into that Sunday, he may announce. Do you get a sense, or what do you think? When do you think that an announcement will get made as to terms of who's the quarterback?
I mean, that's when the weekly press conferences start. So I mean, he could announce it at the weekly press conference, or we may find out. On August 24th. Whoever rolling out at quarterback. So, but he may announce it a few days ahead. I'm not really sure what he's gonna do. I would think he announced, just kind of let the guy run with the ones, leading into the game. But it's no telling. It's a question I haven't even had to ask him much of, because every time we're in the media space, I'm like, somebody gonna ask him about the quarterbacks. You know what I mean? I already know what response I'm gonna get, so I don't even bother asking, because I know someone else is gonna ask, and I know he's gonna get the same answer. Mm-hmm. So he may announce it going to Norfolk State, but if you go on to Fan Day this weekend and you think Coach Colsey is about to announce that quarterback at Fan Day or anytime, it's only a few practices left for the remainder of the week, so he ain't announcing it.
No.
Yeah,
no. Hold on.
I wouldn't even announce it anyway. I'm keeping everybody on their toes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, take it until the team may know, and then kind of go from there. Mm-hmm. I saw a question before I come to you, Ashley, with your next question. I saw someone in the chat. I think it was my guy Tony, who asked about the other quarterbacks, the transfer from Miami, Bryson Martin. What's your analysis of the other guys? When I say the other guys, the Trey Fisher, David Jordan, Bryson Martin, Traven Green, Austin Hooker. Those are the other QBs, not named Muratovic and Richardson, for those who may not know. What's your thoughts as you see those guys?
I'd say depth. I mean, just they have 7 quarterbacks, I believe, 6 or 7 quarterbacks on the roster. So I mean, just depth. The guy from Miami, Martin, he had a pretty good throw that I saw at practice maybe last week. I think last week threw a nice little shot down the field to Brooks Hicksman that played at Florida High. That just transferred back in. Coach Jared Hickman's son of Florida High. I mean, those guys, I think they just dealt. Austin Hooker was there in the spring, so got to see a little bit of him. But the main focus is on those first 2. Because if, knock on wood, if one goes down, the second one is going to come in. So I think those guys are just depth. I think they're just I ain't gonna say outside looking in to diminish them, but I mean it's likely. You only can play one quarterback. You know what I mean? So those guys probably won't be playing as much unless it's a blowout or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to piggyback off of this question since we're here. Between the Richardson and Junior, obviously the stature, the physicality of them are different, but what are some nuances that we may not know between the 2 quarterbacks that are different? How they throw the ball, the speed of the accuracy, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think Junior is more of a pocket presence, more of a pocket. He probably can run if he has to, but he's not much of a runner in my opinion. Richardson, he's a smaller guy. He can get out and run a little bit. Richardson has a strong arm. Like he has a strong arm. A lot of people say, he's short, he can't see over the line, and all those type of things. The guy got an arm, and he's probably been an undersized quarterback all his life. So, and he was an undersized quarterback on the FBS level, where the offense and defense linemen are way much bigger you know, on that level. So I say that about him. Junior, you know, Junior has the experience in the system. It's just it's like, and I put that in my story there. I said they've taken separate paths in college. I mean, you got Daniel who's played on the FBS level. He quarterbacked his team to a bowl game victory. You know, he's a grad student. Junior has spent his entire time at FAMU since 2021, and he's waited his turn. You know, he's sat behind McKay, he's sat behind Musa. So, you know, of course, if he's sitting behind those type of quarterbacks, he isn't going to get much playing time. Got 2 career starts. So it's just interesting. It's very interesting because it's like you're getting guys on different sides of the spectrum. But, you know, Coach Coley said there's a tie right now. He said one guy's pulling away and now it's reeled back in. So, man, this Coach Bird said this is the week to do it. He said if you're gonna win the job, this is the week to do it, kind of going into that final full week of camp. So it's gonna be interesting.
Go ahead, Ashley.
So, question, without giving too much away, because you know eyes are always near. What is your take on defensive line? We got quite a few new individuals in. What we looking like? Give us a, you know, we're looking good. You know, what we looking like? Just don't give too much though, because we need to still shock some people.
You know how the defensive line is every year.
Okay.
It's a line every year. Every year they come with it. You know, you got Alex Smith. Like I said, you got the guy from Kansas, Westmoreland, Cam Donald, James Ash, and I was talking to Coach Patterson. He was like, "Man, I don't know who's starting. I don't know who's gonna be the first ones to go out there." But you know, that goes to show that they got a lot of guys that they can, you know, put out there and play. So defensive line always gonna be disruptive. They always gonna have those guys that can convert from linebacker to defensive end, like Alan Smith has, like Isaiah Land did, and just be able to get in that backfield. So the defensive line is usually the rock of the defense, man. They usually the ones that starts the trouble for the opposing offenses. So I don't see that being no different this year.
What you got? You got anything, Kelvin? Anything left in the bag there for Gerald?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch off. All right, so we got volleyball getting ready to kick in, and of course our championship cross country team. What can we expect from GT and the TDO in with coverage of those other fall sports?
Yeah, I definitely gonna catch up with volleyball eventually. I know they got their first practice tomorrow, but you know, tomorrow is one of my sleep-in days. Practices into the evening, so you know, but I definitely gonna catch up. You know, I've built a good relationship with Coach Gokon since I've been here, so definitely gonna get him a little bit of coverage on cross country. Me and Coach G, I think me and Coach G was the last. I think that's might have was the last coach that I actually met. When we met, I was like, man, I think I met every coach here except for you. Like, I don't know if you was running away from me, you know, practicing your track and field skills or what. But you know, he's built a championship program. Him and Coach Gokon. You know, I guess it's something about them G's. You know what I'm saying? But
I see what you did there.
Yeah, but both of them they built championship programs. So you know, I definitely gotta you know, circle around it and get to them when I can, man. You know, it's like the story I put out this past summer, man. It might be a golden era at FAMU of these championships keep coming in.
We love it. We love it, man. We love it. All right. Well, I know there's probably more that's in the bag, Gerald. Any stories or anything that you were covering, anything you want to tip us off to before we say goodbye to you for this evening?
Let me think what I got in the bag. I think this weekend I might do a little, you know, just drop a little something simple for y'all and just kind of let y'all know who the guys that's standing out at training camp, you know, as we enter that final full week of camp. So be on the lookout of that. You know, I already kind of spoiled the list for y'all a little bit. I mean, kind of named some players, but it'll be more in there. So that'll be some. Look out for that. It'll probably sometime this weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. But yeah, so that's the main thing. Just going through camp, man. Just going through camp, trying to get through it, trying to make it at August 24th. So yeah, just be on the lookout. I appreciate everybody, for the support. If anybody want any quarterback updates, I got a story that came out today. It's on my Twitter, or you can just go search my name on Tallahassee Democrat website. So I appreciate everybody for the support, and y'all can have me on the show at any time.
All right, hold on. Got a question here for you, but go ahead, Kelvin.
Ask that question, and then I'll come back to me.
Okay. Yeah, what's the wide receivers?
See, y'all trying to get me to spoil the list, man.
Too much.
Yeah,
giving out too much. Huh?
Y'all trying to get me to spoil the list.
Let me phrase it. Give us one. Give us an underrated receiver, somebody that has kind of surprised you.
I've heard good things about Jalen Ward from Middle Tennessee State. Okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, Coach AC already said it earlier. Jamar Gassett too.
Oh yeah, I love that. Was a great story for anybody who didn't catch the 220 Club. You were probably there, Gerald, but yeah. I think that's when I tuned in. I think somebody had asked him about Jamari, and look, I'm gonna tell you to go listen to it. I'm not even gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna send some pub to our friends in the 220 Club. Go check it out. I know we've retweeted it. You can find it on YouTube. Just type in Eddie Jackson 220 Club. Coach AC gave a great analogy story about the growth of Jamari Gassett. I thought it was great. It was awesome. So,
and the thing is about Jamari. I talked to Jamari over during the spring. I haven't got to the receivers yet, but I got to try to get to them before camp. And Jamari, when I remember Jamari when he first got to FAMU last year, he was just always hyped up. Like Coach AC said, he'll be dancing, he'll be on the sideline dancing. And I know he probably still got a little bit in him. But he said last season was very humbling for him, because he kind of had to get in where he fit in as he sat behind K.
There was a lot of depth. There was a lot of depth in front of him last year.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah. But then also I like, man, you still had like a solid year. Like, you scored a few touchdowns, had about a quarter century of catches, a little 300 yards. So I mean, he still played a pivotal role, but I know he's probably used to being the guy, so I'm excited to see how he do in that role. He's one of those Coach Simmons leftover receivers that's short and speedy. But so I look forward to see what Jamari do this year, man. That's one of my favorite guys on the team.
All right, go ahead, Kelvin.
I was just going to ask how class is going, man.
Hey, man, class is going good. Some messages ended. December 13th, man. Graduation, 6 p.m. Everybody invited.
Yes, sir.
That mean is no more Gerald? You gonna leave us in December? We can't get no more coverage.
Why you gonna put a man on?
I'm sorry. I asked you offline. Don't answer.
I gotta speak with my agent.
We love your coverage. You do such an amazing job covering it. We love what you bring to the table.
Appreciate you. I love covering it too.
Gerald said, "Bring me my money." Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. We understand. All right. Gerald, I think I'm not going to, I know a couple other people had dropped some questions.
I'll take any questions.
All right. Hold on. Jimmy Mack just asked, was there an injury today or yesterday? What's this about the latest on the wide receiver that had a knee injury?
Don't do it, Gerald. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, one, I'm not sure. Two, if I did know, I still probably won't be able to say nothing. Y'all trying to see, y'all like my coverage. Y'all trying to
said, look, I tried to get you out, Gerald, but then you said, come on.
All right, I can't answer injury questions, schematics, nothing like that.
And quarterback. Don't ask Gerald about injuries, schematics, or quarterbacks.
Y'all gonna get me banned from practice. Right. Cozy gonna call me live while I'm on the show. Hey, don't worry about coming out tomorrow.
You be out there behind the fence like that guy that apparently was out there. What's the story with that? I mean, what happened there?
I don't know. I wasn't out there for the scrimmage. We just did a Zoom call afterwards. Those was one of the closed practices, so we wasn't actually out there on the scrimmage. So I don't know who was out there recording. I don't know who's out there recording, but you know, people find ways to sneak in and try to do little slick stuff sometimes. You know,
I'm surprised. I didn't expect for us to get, for that to happen, but I guess,
yeah,
HBCU national champions is trying to. We at the top, huh? Somebody got to come try to check us out.
Hey, Gerald,
What's
have
up?
you had a chance to have you paid any attention to the SWAC predictions and who's East West? You got any thoughts on any of that stuff?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't want to disparage anybody, but I did my HBCU ballot for Boxtoro. FAMU finished number. I don't know if the ballot came out yet, but I put FAMU number 1. And I understand. Why people say, "Oh, Alabama State win." FAMU got a new coach, got a new little roster. But what my theory is, if you're unsure of who's gonna win the SWAC, just pick the champions again. That's always a safe bet. That's always a safe bet. In my opinion, I feel like Alabama State may have a good team. Like I said, they got those defenses, but also Alabama State, in my opinion, they haven't really showed me anything to garner a number 1 ranking. Because I'm not sure what their record was last year, maybe 7-4 or something like that. But you got to think, when FAMU got the number 1 ranking last year, since Willie Simmons was here, they went 6-5 in 2018 and really should have won the MEAC that year, but just squandered the end of the season.
Yep.
2019 went 9-2, should have been a Celebration Bowl, but we all know what was going on.
Yep.
2021 went 9-3 FCS playoffs. 2022 went 9-2, just missed out on the FCS playoffs. So you had those years of consistency that got them that number 1 ranking once Jackson State went through their transition and basically lost their whole team, new coach, and all of that. So, that's what kind of helped FAMU jump to that number 1 in the 2023 preseason rankings. Alabama State, like I said, they went 7, and one of their losses was to Miles.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but hey, I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see them. Like Coach Simmons said, spot the ball and get out the way on October 5th. I think that's going to be a very good game, and that game might have conference and division implications. So, yeah. But I've been seeing them.
Yeah. Well, hey, good to know. See, there we go,
Hey,
right there.
Hey, Gerald.
What's up?
Can you check on the coaching search too?
Softball coaching search.
Softball coaching search. Yeah, I can ask around.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that. All right. Well, okay. I think we've gotten I've tried to answer as many questions that you guys threw out to Gerald. So appreciate all of the comments and the questions. EA, okay, hold on. Let me ask this one more. I'm hoping EA, this is for Gerald. He's asking, are you kin to Joe Torre?
Oh.
I don't even know if you're spelling that right. Is that? I don't know what is that.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
He's talking about the resemblance.
Oh, is that EA being messy? EA being messy.
Who is Joe
I told
Torre?
you EA always gonna do. It's always EA.
Hold on, who's Joe Torre? I'm trying to feel like I'm trying to see if he's trying to be funny now. Y'all see him sitting up now. Joe Torre.
The comedian. The comedian.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard that name in like 2 decades, so that's why I just kind of had to be like, is that who he's talking about?
Yeah. Hey, when I get off this call, I'm gonna Google Joe Torre. If I feel like EA being funny, tell him I'm at him.
Oh, you gonna laugh now? You gonna laugh? I'm gonna tell you how.
You favor him. You do favor him.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, Gerald. Again, let people know where they can find you and follow you, just in case they don't know already.
Yeah, Twitter, 3PG, the number 3, the letter P, the letter E, the letter A, the letter T, the letter G, the letter E, the letter E. So, y'all follow me there. Every time I put something out, it goes on my Twitter. Or you can look me up, Tallahassee.com, Gerald Thomas III. That's me. Or you can go straight to the FAMU page on Tallahassee.com, RattlerNews.com, take you straight to the FAMU sports page. So, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? My email out there. I'll be getting emails from y'all sometimes. I'll be having to sift through some of y'all emails sometimes. Though, some people be talking crazy, but nah. but yeah, contact me if you got any story ideas. You know what I'm saying, and I'll try to get to them. And I'm ready for football season. It's about to be season 3 for me, and in 2 seasons already, and I covered the national championship. So. I'm a national championship journalist.
And an award-winning journalist.
And an award-winning journalist.
Don't forget that. Don't forget, put them credentials, put some respect on them, on that name.
And finna be a Rattler alumni.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Boy,
you
getting it done, Gerald, man. Again, appreciate all the coverage, everything you provide. That kind of is great to kind of keep us up to date, and so appreciate you, man. All right, we're gonna take a short break. Come back after these. We got to talk about we'll get into maybe a little basketball and maybe try to clean up any other things that we haven't talked about. So hang in there with us. You're watching the O&G Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
Hey, grab me one too.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember. They can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Hi, my name is Michael Bastardo. I'm with FAMU, and make sure you guys check out all things FAMU athletics with O&G StrikeZone. Strike again.
All right. Appreciate Jim Michael Bastardo for the shout out. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Let me get a few housekeeping things put out there for everybody again. I put the link in the chat room. So for any and everybody, where is it? There we go. Go vote. The BCS and Game Time show is going to be on the road. That's the pregame show before all the games kick off at 1 o'clock or noon. Where will the show travel to? We're going to start we're starting at BuzzFest next weekend. That's the Alabama State thing. And then it will move to Atlanta for the MEAC Swag Challenge. Then it'll go south to the Orange Blossom Classic. But everywhere between there and the Cricket Celebration Bowl is up in the air. And so we are asking for you to participate. So I'd really love the family to go in and vote. I put the link out there, but there is the link right there, mybcsn.net/watch/polls. Appreciate you guys for going and taking a couple of minutes to do that. You can do multiple screens. You can have us on one screen and then you can do that on another screen. So appreciate you. Also, speaking of voting, I appreciate Rattler Blog for my daily reminder about going to vote for the 100 in the Honda Battle of the Bands, because I swear I keep forgetting, but every time he sends out that tweet, I'm like, oh yeah, let me go vote. So let me do it right here. Go to HondaBattleOfTheBands.com. Go vote for it. Go vote for the 100. Okay. I've noticed I haven't seen any bands giving any petty challenges yet. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if they just, like Kelvin. What is it always you say about punching up, punching down, something like that?
Yeah, we don't punch down.
Yeah, you got bands. You got national championship bands calling out. Let me not. I'm about to get messy. Let me stop. But anyway, go vote. HondaBattleTheBands.com. Make sure to vote for the 100. Apparently, you can vote more than one time. Different browsers, one in a day. So, yeah, JT. I don't know how. I guess. Anyway, okay. All right. FAMU Day, is happening Saturday, August 17th. That's 10 days away. That's a week from Saturday. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice hat, too.
It is, man. I may have to, I got to try to you got to buy the ticket, though, to get the hat. So I'm not going to be in town that weekend. That's what really blows. So
I pick it up for you. I'm going to be there. I already got my ticket.
Well, hey, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can get a second hat, hey, I appreciate you looking out. But yeah, you can go to raisebaseball.com/FAMU. FAMU Day at the Trop. They play the Diamondbacks. It's a 4:10 which is a great time, perfect time. If you want to hang out in the Clearwater, Tampa beach area, you can do that in the morning, then go over to the ballpark in the afternoon. Probably rent you a hotel or something, and just kind of hang out in the area. It's a good time. I don't know our Tampa Rattlers if y'all are doing anything. Maybe next Wednesday show I have to ask Road Dogg if the Tampa chapter, if they're doing any or hosting any pregame functions. You know what I'm saying? Little baseball tailgating. So yeah, y'all can make that happen.
Yeah.
Those in the Jacksonville area, there's a bus. Get on the bus. It's going to Alabama State in Montgomery, and then it's going to Jackson for the game of the year. I'm calling it. It's the official game of the year. So 2 big road games for the Rattlers, and whether you're in Tallahassee or Jacksonville, the bus is going from Jacksonville west on I-10 to Tallahassee, and then it's going to snake its way through the country from there. So, but get on the bus. There's the ticket information, and you can do that as well. I see May Ann says she's going to be at Troy. Oh, wait a minute. Is that? Oh, wait a minute. Whose name is that? I may have said that. I'm sorry. You're going to be at Troy. May Arn. Okay. Going to be at Troy. Shout out. Yeah, that should be an interesting game, that Troy game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm hoping we'll have a good showing.
It's coming off a bye too. That's one of those games that I think, when people start saying FCS teams that can beat an FBS, that's got to be one that's circled. I feel like that's a winnable game for us. Hey, Fang Exchange, did you not go check out the Fang Exchange? Go listen to youtube.com/Fang Fang Exchange. Give a shout out to Ashley there. And
Thank you. Make sure you go subscribe to that YouTube page so you can get some notifications when it's time for the next show. We'll be back weekly. We should be back tomorrow as well.
Okay. Well, hey, great. And then turn on the notifications. Make sure that's the best way to stay informed, like you do with our show. Turn on the notifications. That way you know when something's about to happen. All right, let's talk about this for a second. This is an ugly transition. I'm sorry, but it just happened to be my next slide. So I'm curious about everyone's thoughts and feelings on this. Obviously, some interesting tweets that came out from the FAMU basketball account from some division. Let me rephrase. Power 5, or I guess it's 6 in basketball. But anyway, top major level coaches with great comments here about our coach, the coach who signed a 3-year deal to be our coach. All right, I'm trying not to. I'm not going to get messy, Ashley. I'm going to just keep it simple. Stick to the other guy here. Shaka Smart. Shaka Smart has been a heck of a coach. Not only at Marquette, but I know he was at VCU, and I think he was somewhere in between there. But anyway, Patrick Curry is a proven winner. He's a tireless worker who builds tremendous relationships with his players, gets them better on and off the court, and holds them to a championship standard. This is a phenomenal hire for FAMU. I agree, Shaka. I agree. But he wasn't the only one who had those great comments about our coach. This is our coach now, our coach, Amir Abdur-Rahim, who's the head coach at South Florida, had an amazing turnaround this year. They went from a single-digit winning season to almost 20-something wins. He's a great coach. He was at Kennesaw State. I had a chance to meet him a couple years ago. Outstanding guy. Patrick Curry's hire at Florida A&M University is a phenomenal one. A heck of a basketball coach, but more importantly, he's a builder. Listen to what these coaches are saying, a builder, right? He's built successful programs at St. Thomas and Washington Adventist. However, most importantly, he's built great young men into men. I'm excited to follow what Coach Curry does at FAMU because I know he'll instill a pride and passion in his program that will match the pride and passion of such a prestigious university. Florida A&M University is in great hands. You hear that, trustees? What's that last sentence? Let me read that again. Florida A&M University is in great hands. So I show all that, Kelvin. This is coming from either the athletics and or basketball accounts. Do you feel any kind of way about, are these just validation tweets, messages? Do you feel like it's needed? What's your take on these affirmations of our coach?
Well, I mean, it's a good sign that people who are professionals, who are successful professionals, know our coach name and willing to put their name on his name. Unfortunately, I don't, there were some remarks that were made by a trustee that was out of bounds. It was out of bounds and unnecessary and unprofessional. And so I get why, you got to promote yourself. And at the end of the day, he only has a contract right now. I'm hopeful that with the new AD and with input from Rattler Nation and the AD, that we will get it done and we'll do right by him. You gotta make a 3-year commitment and give the guy an opportunity to he's got some of his players in, but it takes time to build a successful program and win. And the women's coach, she has a multi-year deal, and that's the industry standard. So all this foolishness we got to get rid of. We got to just go back to doing things professionally and what is the industry standard. Yes. And so hopefully we'll get that done. But yeah, the fact that coaches like that know our coach, that he's known, and that just says that do say something. It's a statement. You didn't have guys saying that about Coach McCullum. and that's my guy. You know, I love Coach now. You know, but I'm just saying.
You ain't gonna get that Christmas gift, Kelvin. that bottle. You gonna miss that bottle this Christmas.
Hey, keep it 100.
Ashley, anything you want to add in there? Anything you want to add?
I have a lot of thoughts. I do think that we have to be, as a university, we have to be careful. You know, we have to be really careful about the climate that we're in as it pertains to NIL. Bigger than, the market is the market, right? No matter what place you work in, there's a market and there's a minimum and a maximum and a range of where you should be. Whether it's a contract, whether it's a salary figure, whether it's, job titles and things of that nature. So in my opinion, we have to be careful about how we're handling those things. And we also have to be even more careful and vigilant because we're in the conference that we're in, and I believe that he's a great hire. I didn't know much about him prior to the hire, but I have done some research. I have sat back and just paid attention. He had me sold at the press conference. To be honest, I didn't know much about him, but it was something about the way he spoke about where he was headed that I believe that he was a good coach. So as those who have the fiduciary responsibility to make sure that FAMU moves forward, and that includes athletics, we have to be careful. Like we can't, get into a space where we're not up to the standard of what is expected in our space, in our market. So I don't think that a 1-year deal can build any type of real success. If he does have success within 1 year, that would be amazing. And then we find ourselves in a business situation where we might be, having another conversation that we probably could have been avoided because, the more I work with this NIL things, the more I see contracts, the more you see how there's a way to work a contract when, to be favorable to one side or the other. So one thing I learned very fast before even getting more and more into contracts, there's no such thing as a bad deal. You get what you negotiate, right? So Don't get mad when you realize your contract was bad. You just didn't do your due diligence on the front end to make sure that you didn't sign your name to whatever the dotted line is. So from my perspective, there was a way to handle this with any type of potential concerns that still protected the university and also allow the coach to do his job within the ramifications of what any other coach would be able to do.
I really hope, and I know the trustees are supposed to be having that retreat coming up, and I think that's where this will finally, I guess, come to some sort of resolution. But I hope Dr. Beard steps in. I hope somebody has created a PowerPoint that show here's the two things I would advise whoever goes up and presents this one last time. Show the contract terms of the other coaches in the SWAC. A. B, I would show some of the salaries of other coaches in the SWAC. I see my guy Dave said we're one of the lowest. 150 is low. And 150 is the same that we've been offering Coach McCollum in his previous 2 contracts. So let's not act like 150 is a lot in the basketball, mid-major men's basketball world. It's not. It's probably on the low end. So I think someone should show that. Show these trustees that, hey, and look, like you just said, you've got named coaches that are putting their names on him. Shaquille O'Neal is sending his son, Pro Basketball Hall of Fame legend, is sending his child to Coach Crary. There's 7 other players who came to FAMU sight unseen because of Coach Crary. Come on, trustees. Bite the bullet on this one. Y'all, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We've been there before. We can't do no worse.
That's true. 17 years of losing without a winning record.
You can't do any worse. So bite the bullet, trustees. Y'all prove the point. We get what this is really about. Y'all swallow the pride on this. Be the bigger people, okay? But don't cut the program off over some pettiness, because this man might just turn around this program, and with the combination of Coach Gordon and Coach Crary with our basket, this might be a turnaround in our 2 basketball programs at the same time that we maybe haven't seen since the 90s, Kelvin?
Yeah.
About the 90s? I mean, the last time the men and the women's teams were playing at I'm just going to say respectable, middle of the conference, upper level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about super great. I'm just saying, come on, man, please. Oh, I don't have email addresses, but y'all can send emails to the trustees. Y'all know that, right? Folks out there, y'all can send emails. I don't have the emails available, but you can send some emails. All right. Yeah, Jens P. I know who the shots were. Yeah, I just we gotta move forward. We gotta move forward. Yeah, I'm petty. I am. I'm Captain Petty. But on this particular case, we need to get our coach in there for 3 years because bigger things are happening.
Yes.
What other news and notes, Kelvin, have we left off the table before we get ready to wrap up tonight's show?
I see folks are asking about facility-related things.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that the light pole is cut off. It's not dangling anymore.
Vaughn Wilson, shout out to Vaughn for getting out there and covering that live. I saw that when he tweeted like at 8:13 this morning. I had to make sure to retweet that because I said, "Man, yes, some progress."
And the grass is cut and being treated on the practice field. And what I would say is this, and I want everybody to listen because I saw somebody ask this question: where does Dr. Bill stand on athletics? Well, I can tell you that he was at the field house for over an hour yesterday. So.
Yeah, I heard. Was it Coach Coley was talking about the signage? We got some old MEAC signage floating around,
and some things seem to be happening since that visit. So I just leave it there. He visited, and things happened the next day. So
praise Jesus, Lord.
Right, progress.
That's positive. Good stuff. Okay, well, we'll see. I think this trustees meeting will be telling. Will be interesting to say the least. I'm not sure if you got what else you got. Let me give hold on. Wrong screen. I keep messing this up. All right, let me give a shout out to the most recent graduates, our student athletes. 22 celebrated their graduation from Florida A&M over the summer, or from the summer session. So that was just this past Saturday. Mm-hmm. Some notable, you got names from baseball: Jacob Granger, Jalen Niles, Joseph Pierini, Cam Kelly, Logan Sharpton, Dallas Tees, Jarrett Townsend. Men's basketball. Look, I told you guys previously, right? There was a reason why the rosters, I know a lot of people said, why do we only have 11 people? Well, because there was a handful of guys that were still on scholarship, finishing out their graduation, and 4 of those guys are walking. Chase Bars, Love Bettis, Shannon Grant, Keith Lamar. So the opportunity was presented to them to keep their scholarship, even though they were in the transfer portal. They were gone. Bye. But hey, I'm gonna graduate from FAMU. Yes. So see, for those who said Coach Crary cut everybody, but anyway, congratulations to those guys. Football, Robert Glanton, Lovey Jenkins, Benjamin Onwuzu from football, men's track and field, women's tennis, women's track and field. Our girl, Brianna Brown Marshall, congratulations. And volleyball, Camila De La Rosa, Emerald Jacobs. So all in all, 22 student athletes. Congratulations to the newest group of Rattlers. Make sure they get signed up. Ashley, what would you say to young new graduates about NIL and maybe being a part of the collective? Any sales pitches that you would give them?
As a new graduate, it could be hard to just jump in and start. You're learning how to pay your bills potentially. You're potentially getting out into the real world. You may or may not have a job lined up in your industry. You may just be trying to find yourself, because college is an incubator of protection in a sense, especially if you have a supportive base around you that kind of allows you to have an extension of living at home or living maybe, the high school life. So that transition from being a college student to being a graduate who hopefully has an opportunity to intern or have a job or have or even go out and return back to school and get a graduate degree of some sort. Consider that. It may be hard to give up a few dollars, or you may think it may be hard to give a few dollars. But one thing about the Fang Exchange is that from a inclusion standpoint, we purposely made packages that we consider to be affordable yet reasonable to every type of person, that loves FAMU, that loves sports. So the minimum package is $10 a month, and I'm pretty sure you can find $10 in quarters in your car right now. just because $10 really doesn't go a long way anymore. So the value, has diminished. $5 was the go-to amount for gas, at one point. Now $5 won't get you down the street even. So to me, my appeal is to consider what it is that's important to you. Consider your university. Consider in the ways you're now a young alumni. There are other ways that you can give to support FAMU, but keep in mind that we have athletics that help promote and push up the appearance of the university. Football, basketball, a good football program, a good basketball program, a good golf and tennis and volleyball and all the different sports, track that we have. Consider that and your contribution to helping bring in those athletes and allow them to use their name, image, and likeness will go a long way, even if it's that $10 a month. And if you just, balling out of control because maybe you went and found an amazing job when you got out, or you have some support of some sort, gonna take it up a notch and do that $25 a month or that $15 or that $100 a month. So the point of the matter is get in where you fit in. And if you're new and you can't afford it, or you feel like you can't afford it, we got to start learning how to budget anyway, right? I'm a finance person too, so I start throwing in some finance stuff in there. Let's learn how to budget. $10 won't hurt you, and you'll get some things in exchange for your money.
Great stuff. Kelvin, EA's got a question for you. Was Dr. Beard by himself or with someone?
I know what that question is.
Yeah, you always being messy.
Messy.
I'm trying to tell y'all, be aware of EA.
I keep falling into it. Doggone. See, sometimes what happened is he distracted me with another question, and I don't be. Damn you, EA, stop it.
Hey, I got an answer. I won't answer it. And that should answer your question.
Yeah, you messy. What is this, Keith? What is Keith asking here? Does the program allow for an individual or single donation?
That's Ashley.
Okay.
Yes, if you're referring to the Fang Exchange program, when you go on the website, you go to support and you go and you click on it. They'll say membership. It'll also say one-time donation. You can make that donation $5 if you chose to. $2 if you chose to, and I can assure you we won't turn it away.
1887, like you guys said during the show.
1887 is a perfect number for that one-time donation. So yes, you can do a one-time donation if you're not comfortable with a monthly membership. And from there, just build on it. Do it as often as you can.
See, that's Ashley. Look, Ashley, she going places, folks. Y'all keep an eye out on Ashley for the next 10 years.
We all got a position. We just doing our good work.
Hey, everybody. Hey, we got people trying to replace Marcus with her and everything.
Yeah, man.
I'm not taking Marcus' spot either. Marcus. I had a conversation with Marcus. I'm like, no, I can't come in and snatch him up like that. No.
Oh man,
I have a good thing going. I just came in to help Marcus out a little bit.
Oh my goodness, y'all good stuff. Let me see. Anything else? I already talked about the basketball media day moving to Atlanta. I already mentioned that.
The basketball mid-sweat basketball tournament moving to Atlanta also.
Can you imagine having a great
basketball
in Atlanta and men's in Atlanta? We already, overpowered.
Oh, right. Tournament, the postseason tournament.
Can you imagine having the tournament there, and we can go in there like the way we swarmed into the Celebration Bowl just for basketball? Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that, man. I tell you,
I'm ready.
Imagine that. We already mentioned volleyball starts. The season begins. Practice begins tomorrow. Tomorrow, right?
Yes.
There's the home schedule. Obviously, we've got 5 contests before The SWAC season begins with Alabama State on what is that? Is that October 4th?
There's some small writing there, right?
Yeah, I thought it was just my eyes, but yeah, that is small writing.
It's October 4th.
Okay, yeah. So October 4th. But you see, we are hosting a tournament. So again, I know we traveled to a couple of tournaments, and then we are hosting one. So, but it'll be interesting to kind of see what the preseason predictions are. You know, especially when we've got the reigning SWAC Player of the Year and a first-team SWAC player. So I mean, our outside hitters are, you know, SWAC 1A and SWAC 1B. So that's a good place to position of strength to be from. Good stuff. Good stuff. Again, final reminder for everyone for tonight's show. Go check out justlookingout.com if you haven't purchased your tickets for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. If you want to sit in the club seat level with us, 316 is the section, but $79. And use the code StrikeZone when you check out. That a donation of the proceeds will go back to the show. And that's where the section is, right there. Underneath a little bit of cover. But again, it looks like good seating, good accessibility. It is on the Norfolk State side, but again, we're going to fill up 75% of the arena. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. All right. Any final news and notes, Kelvin, that we didn't get to?
No, let's whoop whoop. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Ashley, any final reminders or anything you want to leave with us or, you know, share?
Thank you for having me. I had a good time tonight. Make sure that you keep in mind, again, I'm going to say it again until I can't say it anymore. Follow, like, share, and subscribe to Fang Exchange social media pages on Twitter, on Instagram. Make sure when you go to YouTube and you look for Fang Exchange, first of all, you watch the videos that you haven't seen. Keep up with the videos, subscribe to our channel, and keep up with us through notifications. The website is right here at the bottom of the screen. There's all the information. And one thing that's good about this organization is that we don't mind answering questions, right? So any question you have, anything you need, I'm available. I'm accessible. Our team is available and accessible. And I have no reason to not answer your question to the best of my ability. So if you need more information, don't feel afraid to ask.
Right. We got to find a way to get you on the we'll get your shows streaming on the Black College Sports Network as well.
Yeah.
I know
let's talk about it. I saw that remark at the bottom of the page.
Yeah, that was our CEO, Roy Evans. You know, Roy's a Rattler, so he's definitely down to support. So anything we can do to help to grow and make people aware. And it's good that you're starting to see more programs or more alumni groups doing this NIL collectives and being a part of this process, because this is what we have to do. Yeah. We have to be a part of this now.
Yep.
I keep saying college athletics right now, it feels recession proof. Nothing ever lasts, but while it feels that way, we might as well find a way to take advantage of it. So again, if you have a business, contact Ashley and her team, or the team that she works with at FangExchange.com. You may have a business. You may be the business owner.
Right.
This is a great opportunity for you, your business, to get involved in supporting FAMU athletics and these young people who wear the letters FAMU so proudly on their chest and on their back. And man, they go out and make Kelvin, show that hat again. The reason why Kelvin can rock that hat and be who he is because our student athletes get the job done out on the courts and on the fields. And so when we brag different, it's because we have great student athletes and outstanding coaches
and support staff
that love these. They love on these young people, man, and that so many of these young people need that. So this is all part of the process that goes in, and so there it is. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. If you're Atlanta, you'll see Ashley and the folks with Fang Exchange at Be Out Day. If you're in Tallahassee, you'll see me and Kelvin at the Boosters Luncheon. And so
who supposed to be at our table again?
All right,
Dr. Lori wants you to run it down right quick.
All right. Dr. Lori's gonna get me in trouble. Let me see. Make sure I don't forget anybody. Okay, Dr. Lori is gonna be there. Wally Williams is gonna be sitting with us. Sam Dixie is gonna be with us. Let me make sure. Meredith is gonna be with us. Marcus is gonna be with us. Tamara T is gonna be with us. I don't know how many is that. I don't know. So is that 6? And then you and me. And there might even be another special guest. I'm working on that. I'm working on it. I'm working on another special guest. Might be a special VIP sitting at the table. I gotta wait for the confirmation. So we'll see. Let me see. Sweet ask, where can we get the shirt? He must be talking about this.
Save the swag.
Save the swag shirt. Oh man, what? Somebody give me the merch site.
I believe, was it Merch Pack or was it?
Yeah, and Merch Pack is usually in the chats. Normally, I haven't seen the Twitter handle, and I know there's still some shirts available because we asked that question the other day. Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't know. Let me see if Keith is in the room. Fangs Up podcast. If Keith is in there, maybe Keith knows.
We can post it later.
Yeah, we'll post it later. If I come across it, we'll let you know. So Sweet. Oh yeah, Earl. Yeah, Earl. I don't know Earl. I don't think Earl's in the chat room. And we didn't get our report from the alumni thing that's going on. I know that was going on as well. So maybe next week we'll have some information to share about that. But yeah, Sweet. I don't know if you have if you follow Earl on social, or make sure to follow the show. If you probably already are, Sweet. Follow us on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook. I'll make sure to tweet out no, I don't think it's at the FAMU bookstore, Russell. Sorry. It's not a FAMU bookstore. There's some good stuff at the FAMU bookstore, but not this shirt, and definitely not this hat. These are, but I mean, I did get it from licensed vendors though, quietly. So gotta make sure you got some licensed vendors, boy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be out here in these streets rocking unapproved gear. You get called out. Same way y'all be calling me out for my earrings and my hot takes. Y'all gonna be calling me out for supporting unlicensed merchandise. I know how y'all are out there. Yeah. All right, it's time to go. Thank you, Rattler Nation, for everything. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for watching the show. And remember, it's all about FAMU. It's all love from our hearts because we love FAMU. And yeah, we brag different, but it's all because we love Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Be well, everybody. Be safe. See you this weekend in Tallahassee, or Ashley will see you in Atlanta. Rattlers, make sure you strike, and strike again wherever you are. And good night.
Atlanta, Georgia. The HBCU football capital hosts the Cricket MEAC SWAC Challenge on August 24th. Florida A&M Rattlers, Norfolk State Spartans. SWAC versus MEAC. The rivalry is real. Come out to Center Park Stadium to see the returning HBCU national champions and two of the best HBCU bands in the land, the Marching 100 and the Spartan Legion. The day starts with a kickoff fan experience tailgate and concludes with a primetime matchup on ABC. For more information, visit MEACSWACChallenge.com.